right. Good evening, everybody. And how are we all doing? The first weekend of February 2024. And hello to Shakar, who's liking the Jimmy music I've chosen for the month. And hello to Lord Misfit. Too bad you've not beat Eve Eternity 2 yet. The final level theme would be good for an intro. Same for Eevee 1's final level theme. Also, drops. What? Oh yeah, Dead by Daylight is running a drops thing at the moment, which is like automatic. Basically, there's like a Meg cosmetic collection. If you watch long enough for 3 hours, then you unlock Meg drops if you link your account to your Twitch account and you get them. I've already got mine, so I'm good. Other games do this as well. Like I think Genshin Impact has some as well. Not that I ever watch Genshin Impact streams, but I've occasionally had streams that I watched that raid people who play Genshin Impact, and then I just see it pop up there. And I think there's a few other games that do it as well from time to time. It's a Twitch thing. Anyway, welcome everybody to Sweet State 67. For those who don't know what a Sweet State is, it's a monthly thing I've been doing for over 5 years now. Usually at the beginning of a month, I talk about the state of the channel. I talk about things that have happened in the last month or so, things that are going to happen in the future, and generally where I'm at in the present moment. Now, usually in the past, this has also been accompanied by me with a big webcam. Twitch, I hope you're still not acting up. I've had no problems on mine at the moment. Let's keep it that way. Now, in previous Sweet States, it usually cuts to me in a big old webcam, but I've decided to once again try a slightly different approach to doing the Sweet State, inspired by last month's Sweet State, which took place inside Saints Row 4. Since I was doing a bit of casual item collectible grinding and just chilling in the city of virtual Steelport. So I thought for this Sweet State I would try to be experimental again. And thus... Thank you. There we go. I thought instead I would try and revolve it around some matches of Dead by Daylight for this time around. Since I don't have anything else to grind. Apart from DRG, I guess. So this is just an experiment I'm trying out to maybe make the Sweet State a tad more interesting. Have a bit of gameplay thrown into the mix. So, you know, while still talking about the points I need to get across, etc. Hello, Maddock, how are you doing? So while this technically is a Sweet State, there is going to be some Dead by Daylight gameplay dispersed casually around it. Also, before I start, I want to give a shout out to Dragon Crusaders 369 for the follow 3 days ago. Thanks for supporting the channel. I am still trying to aim for my target of 2,100 followers, although I don't have anything particularly in mind. I just have it as a small goal. And it's just also so that the follower count can be exactly depicted to people who watch the channel, you know, because like 2.1k implies I have 2,100 and I don't. I have 2,059. That's why it's about the accurate numbers. It's, you know, don't inflate the figures a bit. I didn't watch the previous one live, but I feel this could interfere with your thought process of what to talk about. At least I feel like it would do that to me anyways. Yeah, I did kind of do that with me previously, but I'm trying to experiment with the Sweet States. I mean, I'm happy to just talk in front of a camera for 2 hours, but I just thought just trying something out. You know, I will get distracted, so I'm going to try and do it like... I might talk about something for a bit and then maybe play a game and then talk about something else. I'm not going to try and play and talk about something. I might just mention odd points. I know I'm a bit more distracted as I'm playing, but I'm going to try and do this in a way that is conducive to being a Sweet State. Doing great. Returned from a little business trip to Switzerland, which turned out really awesome. That's good. I'm glad that you had a good time in Switzerland. Hope you had lots of cheese. So yeah. Let us begin, shall we? Just gonna put this over here over my OBS so I can see it. And hello to Shakar. Again. Good evening. Making some pork belly sandwiches. Yes, very nice indeed. Right then, so there's not a massive amount to actually go over in this sweet state, but some of the stuff, but one point in particular is going to be particularly you need to be muted. Okay. Well, I'm here, I'm loud, usually. My voice is a bit off slightly because I have a strange, odd cold, which is not really much of a cold, but there's some phlegm stuck somewhere. Working with kids at this time of year, colds go around like crazy. It's just part of the job. I have. And speaking of that, sorry, I'll put up something more interesting to show in the background. So you at least have a nice little animation to look at. I made the occasional line from Mr. Wake here. This is a new DLC for Dead by Daylight, by the way. We'll talk about a bit more about that throughout this weekday. So yeah, regarding, I always start these out with a personal situation roundup. Really for this month, there's not a whole lot to say. Things are generally going quite steady. I am steadily continuing to try and lose weight. I am steadily continuing to try and save up cash. Hoping to finish this year above 30k in personal finances so I can save up for a house. I'm going to take a bit of a hit this month because of car insurance, unfortunately, but I am trying my best to change habits and be cheaper and more, you know, save up more money and acquire more from elsewhere when I can. And the main thing that's going to happen is after next week. Nice, you're doing pretty well, Lord Misfit. Even this Twitch is derping for you a bit. The main thing that's going to happen to me, though, is going to happen after next week, or in 2 weeks' time. I'm on the last week. I stoned as well, Shakar, for some reason. I mean, I know I'm supposed to switch to kilograms, but I don't know what the comparison is for my weight, so I stick with stones as well. Yeah, I know, but I've always weighed myself with stones, and I don't see any reason to stop now. So, yeah, after next week is my last week of this term in school. Then I have a half-term break of 1 week after that. When that half-term break is over, I'm going to be a temporary teaching assistant level 2 for the first time in this place. I have been a TA2 before, but that was in private care, and that would have been a lot different. This is actually a more professional, a more structured, and a lot more responsibilities role. It's a big jump, basically. After spending 3 years at this job, I now find myself in a position where I'm going to have a lot more to do in the school I work at. So I'm a little nervous about it, because obviously there's a hell of a lot I'm going to have to start doing, but I am quite prepared to take it on. The main thing I'm a bit nervous about is how this is going to impact my free time, and how it's going to impact my thought processes in the job, because I'm going to be doing a lot more planning, a lot more resource preparation, you know, as a class. I'm going to be generally just busier, just way busier. I'm going to have to prioritize tasks way more and spend less time with the kids a little bit to some extent, but I am also expected to be heavily involved. It's just a lot to do and a lot to learn. So after half term, I'm going to be really trying to get into learning that and seeing how it impacts my time outside of work. I am doing my absolute best to make sure that I do not take my work home with me as much as possible, because I really do not want to work for 7 or 8 hours and then go home and do extra work, because that would probably burn me out, and also it would really impact. I like the idea of doing my work at work, and when I'm home, that's it. I chill out and do what I want to do. I mean, I'm prepared obviously to stay at work longer. I'm going to be starting earlier. That's something I am going to change. I will be going in earlier to do extra work before the start of the day. I'll probably be prepared to do extra work after the school is closed somewhat to the kids. Like, you can stay for about 2 or 3 hours after 3:30. I'm probably going to do that a couple of nights just to get stuff done if required. Thank you, Maddock. It is currently a temporary promotion. I am covering a maternity leave, but what I'm hoping is that I make such a good impression from my promotion in the temporary role that I get the job as a permanent. And then I have long-term job security as a TA2. As a level 2, then if the school collapses or some other weird shit happens, at least I have level 2 experience and will be able to slot into a different school if necessary. But I really don't want to do that. I like my job. I am happy where I'm at. I'm just thinking long-term job security, you know. Level 1 is kind of basic stuff, and level 2 is a bit more advanced in a sense. So, this is a very important promotion, and I need to make sure that I make it permanent so my job is secure for a long time. Then I don't have to worry about that stuff. And I can just, once I've adapted to the level 2 thing, I'll be a lot more comfortable, and I'll be able to focus on everything else, like, you know, getting that side gig that gets me paid a bit more, whether it be poker or streaming, maybe both. Other than that, really, I am doing okay and everything else. I'm glad that you feel good in West Frat. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I mean, I haven't weighed myself in several weeks. I'm planning on weighing myself tomorrow because I'm not like struggling weekends mostly, but you know, I feel I'm heading in the right direction now. It does feel nice to get the weight off. I might actually weigh myself tomorrow so I know where I'm at. You are very considerate and self-aware and a good team player. Yeah, I try my best. There's a lot of things. I sometimes overlook the very obvious things, but will notice other things. But that's partly a slight lack of social intelligence, and partly my autism, and partly trying to keep track of about 12 billion things at the same time and forgetting some things. I can only store so much in my head. You weigh yourself every morning. I weigh myself once a week. I probably need to do it tomorrow just to know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at. I could well be in 17 stone territory now. I feel like I might be, honestly. I have made nice improvements. It's just, I need to keep going. My goals. My goals really is to get down to like, well, I'm trying to get down to like 16 stone at the moment. It is kind of a long-term goal with that, just to like really be lower. I believe Lord Misfit stated that the BMI, an average BMI, is somewhere around 14 stone-ish, but right now, I mean, in my entire history of ever weighing myself, over a decade plus, and maybe even longer than that, I've always ever been around 19, 20 stone. So I've always been a big fat fuck, in a sense. And I'm trying to not become a big fat fuck, and at the moment, I was, last I checked, breaking the barrier of 18 stone, going down to 17. You know, and feel something different, feel really good, feel really healthy in the long term, you know. I'm tired of just eating and indulging and just waking up feeling fat and unhealthy and all that shit, and I'm trying to really change myself this year. So far the year's kind of been a steady start, but it has been January and there's 11 months to go. There's a gradual progress towards a more desired outcome this year. As I said last month in the Sweet State, I do feel that this year is going to be a big transformative year, and this TA2 thing starting later this month will be part of that. You're super attractive anyways and can cuddle your belly. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, in regards to the personal stuff, I am reasonably okay. I'm going to play a game of DBD now to have a break in between each of the segments. That's what I'm going to do for the entire Sweet State. I'm going to talk about stuff around the games. I'm not going to try and play the game and talk about the sweet state stuff. That might be a bit much. I'm going to try and just play the odd game in and around while I try and get achievements and things. Because I have things to do in this game now. I have a rift. I have a tome. I have 2 new achievements to get. I will talk a bit more about those in the DVD section. Hey, Drinoff. Quitting alcohol has been key for me. Really helps with the weight loss. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I actually did quit alcohol for about 6 months, 2 years ago. And I felt pretty good. But when it came to Christmas, I did get back into it. And what I've done now is I've decided I don't want to necessarily quit alcohol. I just want to moderate it a hell of a lot better. Because I do like occasionally drinking a little bit. But the main thing is, for me, is not to do so much when I have the free time. On the weekends, I'm okay with it. I don't drink during the week. I only maybe have a little on Friday, a little on Saturday. That's perfectly fine. The main problem is that, like, I've got a half term coming up. And the key thing is not to think that every day I can have a drink, necessarily. I don't always want to be thinking that's all I can do. Yeah, I've seen your big message. And you should be very proud of the fact that you've lost some weight and you've done well there. You've done really well. Walking around a lot definitely helps. I've always liked walking. And yeah, congrats saying for publicly, by the way, Lord Misfit, you know. Hard to sort of announce something like that. Oh my goodness. 4th year. Thank goodness on the survivor side. I'm surprised. I'll probably get some like long-time pros on both sides of the coin in these games sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you should be proud of the fact that you're making the steps forward. I don't want to quit alcohol, but I have been drinking less. I definitely know that I can't handle as much as I used to, and that's a good thing. That's like a really good thing that I can't really... The hatch offering is useless on this map.
This is not good.
And there's Alan Wake's voice. Done by Alan Wake's voice actor, whoever that is. I don't know who that is. I've not played 2 and I can't remember it from 1. Alright, so I need to hinder the killer twice by blinding them with the flashlight. I mean, there's an achievement to get flashlight blinds. And there's an achievement to get injured skill checks. Is there a killer here? I don't know. Oh, is it the birds? Oh, it's... I don't know if someone's... I don't know. I need to find a generator and get my stacks for chemical traps so I can, Yeah, I'm going to focus on the game at this point. We will get back to Sweet State, because the next point's pretty big. Death Slinger. I mean, there is a Death Slinger tome out at the moment, so I expect a lot more Death Slingers. Hillbillies, because Hillbilly is fucking popular as hell right now. And unsurprisingly, Grim Embrace plus Deadman's has come up a few times. It's not the greatest map for Death Slinger. Ah, yeah, the exercise is putting into your money stuff. It's about time priority, isn't it? You know. Yeah, I have a nicer... I need to start going out to places to walk, I think. I think that's something I need to do more of. Instead of, like, just walking around nearby. I mean, I have some pretty okay places to walk around to, but I think I need to start, like, traveling to different places and just having a wander or whatnot. Oh, hi, Devlin. Wait, why did I get a... I need to drop this, because I think he's good. Yeah. Shit. Alright, stay here. Stay here. Just a minute. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. He's a-coming. Go left. You. Damn it. Actually, kind of got lucky there that I managed to get away when I did. Shit. Alright, let's get back to... I don't get it, though. How did I manage to get a stack? The challenge is supposed to be hindering the killer. That's so weird. My current tome challenge is you have to hinder the killer twice. How does Death Slinger's wheel and hit count as hindering them exactly? That is super weird. I'm not surprised though, given this game. There's ways to bug out some of the tone challenges by using other methods. But I don't think hindered off the Death Slinger's wheel would be one of them. That just basically means I complete the challenge twice by just getting hooked by his spear gun. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've always liked walking around like. I have enough for chemical trap though, so that's good. Oh, there's the god power. Might be able to use that. I could just. Should I free drop that? Nah, it'd be a bit wasteful to do that until he shows up. And this is the best power on this map. Fucking Mexico. But yeah, I need to do more walks, like, instead of like walking nearby, I like go drive somewhere for 20 minutes and then walk around there. I need to do more of that. Because I do get bored of walking sometimes, even though there's like good places nearby. I need to like... Wow. The Death Slinger hasn't found anyone either. Does he give up? He found me, hit me, and then he just stopped. You know what, I might actually go back to the generator. I don't know, he's probably going to go over to where the gen just popped and might look for someone. Very weird. Just wait 30 seconds. Maybe hide, quite. It's just, as a Death Slinger give up. Alright. There's 2 people on one gen. So if I finish first, I should. Nah, they're gonna get ahead because of the co-op. Yeah, the only caveat to that is that it's weather dependent. Like if the weather's terrible, like with ice and snow, heavy rain, you can't go out walking. But when you can, it is so good. I was into music. I was into creepypastas. I even watched videos. Oh, don't pop the gen. Wait. Oh man, my team do not identify or care. I mean, if they were smart, they'd wait until I 99, pop deadlock, and then I could have to tap the gen. But it doesn't seem to matter because with all these Windows 95 computers, I think we're going to win anyway. I think the killers give up. Or is doing something weird. I don't know what. Maybe they just gave up. I don't know. Maybe they got their daily and were happy with that. I don't know. It's a bit weird. I bet you one of them's on an exit gate. Just watch. You're gonna see it immediately. No? Maybe not. Maybe they're also intrigued as to where the killer is. Unless this killer has nowhere, then is playing an endgame build or something. No, the killer just gave up. Oh no, that means I can't get my... Oh! I need the killer to do something. Shit. I just realized I could get my tome challenge done, but the killer's like done nothing this game. I mean, I could just take the escape on my flashlight, but I would like to get... Where is this killer? Where is he? I just disappeared. Oh, is that the other one? Yeah, things went so... I mean, I could just take the lead here, but I would like to maybe get a bit more. I don't know what his door is, actually. You know what? Maybe I should just take the lead. You know, there'll be other games. Just take the fact you don't lose your flashlight. Because also for this challenge, I have to play as Alan Wake. So if I run out of flashlights in the end, I'm gonna... Yeah. This is still the sweet state. This is a very odd game. The idea what I'm doing for this one, since this is a bit harder to stay focused and talk, is I'm going to play a match in between each talking point, just to mix it up, while I'm trying to grind and stuff. Yeah, I applied the hindered stairs effect to the killer twice. I don't know how that counted on the hook. wow, like a serious sort of... I think they probably just saw the map, realized what they were up against, just gave up. They just weren't interested in, like, the fight. P100s, Wearies, Deathslinger, don't have any add-ons. They're just not happy. Look at the fucking build, though, so boring. Nah, ice and snow is not okay, because pavements become slippy and then it's not fun. Snow is fine on the first day, but it doesn't stay like that. Anyway, didn't get anything out of that match, really. Oh, actually, no, I think I got a great skill check, so actually I got one tiny little thing out of that game. Right, so... now I'm going to move on to the next talking point of the Sweet State, which is talking about my request lists. Now, last month, I did mention that I had... my request list was the big priority to start off the year. You know, I was playing Saints Row 4, I had Get Out of Hell to come, I was waiting for Wrath in February, and then considering my maximum action after that to see if it was going to come out of early access at some point early this year. So I was getting primed and ready to start narrowing that list down and have a break after Saints Row 4 and GAT was done to to do some things before Wrath released in February, which apparently it's going to release in February, the 27th, apparently. However, during the Get Out of Hell stream, I did finish Saints Row 4 last month. During the Get Out of Hell stream, Drauken pretty much just said to me, when I was sort of talking about the request list stuff in the midstream, that the only things that Drauken really requested for me to play was the Saints Row series. He also gifted me the Saints Row remaster, the reboot, which is now on my gifted game list. I might play at some point, but I don't know. He basically said that he only really wanted to see the Saints Row series played through, and he wasn't too bothered about Wrath or Maximum Action, and just considered, though, there might be. I will have to see. I had no intention of actually playing the 2022 game, but it's on the list of gifted games that aren't requests. They're just down as gifted games, which I may get around to at some point, but I'm not obligated to do so. So basically Drauken said that because Wrath and Maximum Action were just gifts and not requests, that you could just take them off the list. So therefore, once Get Out of Hell was finished, that was the end of my request lists. They were all done. And that's it. I'm finished. Way earlier than I thought. About 2 or 3 months earlier than I thought, actually. I finished Saints Row 4. I finished Get Out of Hell. Didn't take long. And that's it. My request lists are all completed. You can look down in the channel description as you're watching this video, or whenever you want to visit the channel, and you won't see any more request lists anymore. They're all gone. It's over. So Wrath and Maximum Action have now been placed on the gifted games list, which is not an obligatory streaming. It's just a list of gifted games that several people have given to me, including Drauken, World Misfit, Nia Pineapple, and a few others, and Madoc. I haven't forgot about The Witness. That I may potentially be able to choose from in the future if I'm trying to think of a game to play, depending on what direction I take the channel. So all the request lists are fully finished, and there will not be any more requests anymore. And I will stand by that. I'm not having any more request lists ever again, because I don't want any more build-up that takes years to get to. So, yeah, I understand, Lord Misfit. I did want to do something for your birthday, but, you know, you were busy. I understand. I hope you enjoyed your birthday, now that you're 40. The big 4-0, I'm going to be hitting that next year myself. I'm not far off. I'm 38 at the moment, so I'll be 40 in 2025. I'm sure that'll be a big occasion, maybe. Probably not, though. It'll be a small occasion, but, you know, 40 is a sizable deal. I still haven't been able to spend the dollars you sent me to Steam and Christmas, by the way. Oh, well, keep hold of it. Maybe something will come up. Still young. Yeah, still young. Very much so. So yeah, you bought me the one game I could have considered buying. Yeah, that's why I chose it. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, that's my mum heading out. She's heading out and doing things. I'll be heading out and doing things later. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed House Flipper too. I knew you liked the first one. That's why I picked that one. And it was the most recent. So yeah, so therefore, with the request list completed, as of this point on, I actually don't have any strict channel plans at the moment. I mean, at the moment, the thing I'm currently doing is, well, actually, that's something I need to. I guess I can sort of splice it into this section as well. To be fair, I actually didn't enjoy the request list really. With a lot of the games, I could feel you weren't in the mood for those games, or you didn't want to play them, but you were obligated to do so, and it made some of them feel pretty meh. Obligated to play some of them? Well, that's kind of the thing with request games and what. Sometimes that happens. I don't know if there were too many I didn't outright like as such. I don't seem to have a lot of memories of things I felt were terrible or anything. But, you know, you might have spotted some stuff that I didn't. The main issue I had with the request list was that I did request way back when I started the channel, and some people had to wait 7 or 8 years to get something done, and that's way too long to wait. You know, that was my biggest problem, was the fact that people were just waiting years to get something done. You know, Fuzzball had to wait on Thief for near 7 or 8 years. Painkiller had to wait about 9 years for Fable to be played. It's more that you weren't having a lot of fun with them. I mean, that could happen in any game. I could pick a game to play and it could turn out to suck, but the main one problem is that you rarely stop and skip the game when you don't like it. Yeah, I mean, that's also part of the request, I suppose. I don't recall that I've had a lot of games where I felt like that. I know I've had a few games in the past where I've done that, but I don't recall, like, can you think of an example of one that I didn't particularly enjoy? I mean, I can't remember all the requests either, to be honest, but maybe there's an example you could give to me of that. But yeah, I don't like to skip stuff necessarily. I mean, I do that with some Doomwad stuff that's like ridiculously bullshit. Like the Hackross thing, I don't regret skipping that because that was just dumb. Really fucking dumb. I don't care what Hackross says. That fucking WAD was just... That was designed for multiplayer or co-op, and that's fine. The seat's already occupied. You know, I'm not great with memory. It was more that you seem to feel pretty at some of them. Well, it can happen with any game. But I'm asking you, Shakar, can you think of an example for me? Well, that's the only thing I can think of. That wasn't even a request. That was a playtest thing. I'm generally serious. I am curious because I'm struggling to think of a request-less game or Doomwad, not a playtest, that I didn't. Yeah, I felt obligated to. I mean, if you sort of pop it off the top of your head, so you must have thought of something in the past that I felt like I was obligated to play. I'm just a little curious. Yeah, well, Saints Row 1 was janky, but I didn't mind Saints Row 1. And to be fair, that was the beginning of the series. Saints Row 1 was alright. I will agree it was awkward. It got better, though. I mean, you had to start with somewhere. I mean, every game after that was fine. 2 was only annoying with that final segment. 3 was too easy and a power fantasy. 4 was fantastic. Get Out of Hell was pretty good, too. Saints Row 1 was just the beginning. And looking back on it, you know. I think even Drowcon would always say that Saints Row 1 wasn't great. Now, the Polyars one, I know in the past, on Dope Lives, for instance, I've had games that have been going on and I just felt I had to finish them. It's been rare, but I get what you mean. Sometimes But yeah, I can understand that, you know. But yeah, there was a pressure to get the quest list done in a sense, but I enjoyed the Saints Row playthrough overall. The journey was very interesting, you know. But I was looking forward to playing them. But I don't get me wrong, I was keen to also get them done at the same time. Because they've been requested for years. You know, but I enjoyed them once I got in. But yeah. But anyway, there won't be any more request lists. And that's because I don't want to have people waiting ages for me to get around to it. And also because I just want to play what I want, in a sense. But with that in mind, I need to now think about what exactly I want to do with the channel. Because at this moment in time, I don't have any plans. There's no sort of request list to go on. For the first time, you know, since the channel pretty much started, more or less, but in the very early days when I didn't have anything, I could just do what I want. But now I need to decide what I want to do. A nice balance between what I want to do and what will be entertaining for a small audience, my audience. You know, because yeah, get the beer. Yeah, I know, but this being a streaming thing, Shakar, you know, I could do what I want, but I'm also wary that the fun of me doing this is entertaining a few people who are happy to watch what I want to do. And I want to get the balance right where I'm doing something where a few people are going to show up and be entertained by what I choose to do each time I stream. I'll be having plenty of cider later, don't worry about that. I might watch a film tonight. I might watch a film tonight. I might hang around on Jimmy's a Discord server or two and do some shit, who knows. I've still got plenty of DVD to grind through now for a bit. Got a lot of things to do. I enjoy watching you play something you enjoy. Yeah, and that's what I want to do. But the thing is, I enjoy different things. I enjoy playing a lot of Doom stuff. I enjoy playing other games that click with me. You know, I like the occasional RPG. I like a lot of FPS games. I like this game for some reason. But regardless, at this point on, I am going to have to start planning the future of the channel. You know, something I thought I wasn't going to have to do until at least March or April. The Easter break. But now I'm going to be starting doing it, well, from now, really. Well, there isn't. But regardless, I want to make the next decision very carefully. You know, the easiest answer could simply be, just do what you want, and that's it, the end. But I don't want to do that. I want to kind of get an opinion of quite a few people on this. I am, and most people who actively watch are. I want to kind of get a measure of my audience, the regular active audience. And that's what I'm going to start doing, and that's really going to start kicking in as of half term next week, after next week. You know, once I've got to my half term break, I'm going to start going in depth with my plans to decide the future of the channel. I'm going to one of the things I'm going to be doing is I am going to be like gathering a list of names. All the current mods will be included in that, because they've pretty much been regulars for years, all active. You know, Shakar, Bridgeburner, Yugi Boy, and is it Tourniquet or Hit List? Hey Drauken, how's it going? I will be asking all my current mods, and I will also be asking a lot of regulars, like Drauken, and quite a few others who have been around for years of different persuasions. Some associated with the Doom community, some not associated with the Doom community, one or two dope bros. I'll be asking, and a few other people here and there and everywhere. And what I'm going to be starting to do is I'm going to be asking generally, you know, like there will be some organized questions, like a little survey, if you will. So, and generally the idea will be I'll be asking people what they like about the channel, what they dislike, what do you want to see more of, what do you think could improve, you know, what do you come here for, and then sort of highlight the options that I'm thinking about and which one do you like the most of. Stuff like that. You know, make it like a proper survey sort of thing. Get impressions, get what people think. People who have seen me for years, you know, some of you have seen me for 1 or 2 years, some of you have seen me for a decade plus. You know, there'll be all kinds of interesting opinions, and I kind of want to gather them all and see what the general wide-ranging consensus is, so I have an idea, a good idea, of what I should do with the channel going forward. And it could well be that I just do what I want and that's it. And that's great. And if that's the case, then that's what I'll do. But it might be I go in a different direction. I will have to see. There will be no rush to my decision. The questioning will be happening over the next few weeks and months. I'm going to use the half-term period to try and plan out the questions and then start asking people from there. I'm not rushing the decision. I'm not just going to suddenly announce it one day. It will be carefully considered, because I do need to make sure that once I pivot the channel in a certain direction, and I'm pretty committed to it. You know. So I'm sort of just going to remind you all again what my 4 current options and way of thinking are as to the channel's future. The 4 that I have in mind. There may be less later on, there might be more added, I don't know. But these are the 4 general directions. Some of you have heard this before. I'm just going to remind you all again what my 4 kind of decisions are. Why you come to Sweet Stream. So what's this?
I came for the beer and the bitches.
Okay. Fair enough. We might have one of those. If you want, you can determine your own personal values with regard to streaming. Yes, I could. I could. But the problem is, Maddock, is that one of the reasons, and the main thing about streaming is I'm not streaming just to myself. I am streaming to an audience of at least one other person. And so part of the value for me is I am streaming to an audience that is receptive and on board with what I am doing. Think of the great or pivotal moments that personally you had while streaming, and from those derive what values have led to them. Well, Manok, if that was the case, most of the pivotal moments I've had on this channel have all revolved around Doom. Pretty much. Or occasionally having a lot of fun with the Saints Row series, the Painkiller sort of playthrough as well was pretty cool. But what are the pivotal moments have all revolved around Doom stuff, honestly. You know, having John Romero come and visit my channel during the Sigil playthrough. Having Ezel, Fortium and everyone and half the cast of Back to Saturn X completely laughed their asses off at my death on map 5 of Back to Saturn X episode 1 during the Iron Man. Creating Firebox and having a lot of mappers put a lot of cool input into it. Just, you know, playing Dusk and discovering the birth of the old school FPS renaissance. Okay, reaping a few questions. Doom isn't a core value. Why Doom? What did it trigger and simulate? Well, Doom is a great game. It was fun to play it for people who also like Doom and be part of a Doom community. I enjoyed the playtesting stuff occasionally to sort of try and provide good feedback. Doom is a fun game for me to play because it's my favorite game of all time. I like playing a lot of FPS stuff for the most part, you know. The good FPS games have a nice game flow, which I enjoy. And when I'm having fun with a game and people are talking about fun stuff and we just have this great... It was once described by a few people, and I think Alfonso also mentioned this in a comment about why he got fed up with Sunwasp back in the day, was because it was like a casual place to hang out and talk about Doom stuff with someone who was quite into it. A quick succession of success and failure, and it's kind of like to share a balance of personal strength and weakness, something along those lines. What need does Doom fulfill for me? I just like playing Doom stuff, you know. I mean, for the most part, this is my serious form of escapism, you know. I mean, I used to play a lot of video games, and streaming is like the evolution of that. I enjoy playing video games and having interactions with people and having fun, unwinding after a tough day of work and talking about stuff. You know, getting away from the real world and its shitty... God, this decade has been fucking awful. If you think about it for more than 5 seconds, it's like, Jesus Christ, I fucking hate everything, really. How the world is going to turn out at the moment. So it's nice to be able to talk about casual, nerdy video game stuff and have fun and help people out, encourage them to you know, try and get, you know, the playtesting with the mappers, or just having fun with some fun content. Maybe I do. I kind of like things that are relatively simple and just fun to play, you know. With good game flow, something that's quick sometimes, something that's just snappy and engaging, immersive. But anyway, enough of the psychoanalysis. I need to remind you all of the 4 current options that I'm going to be considering. Well, yes, I do enjoy a challenge. I just have this weird reaction where I don't react well to getting my ass kicked, but that's always been a long-term problem with any game. I've gotten better at handling it, but it doesn't mean it's the problem. The behavioral thing is still there. I don't think that's ever going away. I'm just making it less awkward when it happens. Sometimes. Yes, so the 4 options for my channel's future as follows. Yes, perhaps we could, Maddox, but now's not the time. I'm sure when I ask you about all the future of the channel, and you will be one of the ones asked, by the way, I'm sure your answers will be quite interesting. So the 4 current options for the channel at the moment that I will be pondering are as follows, once again. The first option is this channel becomes a variety channel. I play whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it, and it will be a mixture of all kinds of stuff. There'll be there'll be a little bit of poker, there'll be a little bit of Doom, there'll be a bit of other games. I will play if there's a new trendy FPS game that comes out, or an RPG or whatever, and I feel like playing it, I just play it. You know, I mix in some games I'm ongoing playing through, like a bit of DVD, DRG, anything in the future, occasionally. The only difference would be is there might be more of a schedule to it. Maybe a little bit more of a slight schedule to the variety. Like I might do it with or without a schedule. I may actually add that as a sub option, whether you prefer me to have more of a tight schedule to playing certain games on certain days, or whether you just want me to watch whatever, whenever. I would certainly try to apply some kind of eternal schedule to it, so I am sort of bouncing between different things. Like maybe I play a different game and go back to Doom. I don't know if I necessarily would want to just keep playing a lot of Doom stuff for months and then play one other game. I want to like sort of bounce around a bit, you know, because I have a lot of other games to get to. I have a lot of Doom stuff I want to check out. I have a lot of poker to experiment with, and so on and so forth. But it would be a variety channel. I'm not really looking to invite any of the devs, and I'm not looking for them to join the chat. Okay, I'm not interested in that kind of stuff, you know. If they show up, that's great, but I'm just here to play the game and have fun. I'm not looking to do that kind of thing. I'm not looking to become a big famous streamer. Those dreams disappeared a few years ago. I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm very happy with the community and the channel that I've built over a decade, and obviously I'm happy to see very steady growth if possible, but I'm not looking at the moment, that is, to do this as a fucking part-time job. Make a little money off the side from it, maybe? Yes. So only have this be my part-time job? No. I think it would impact my enjoyment long term if I suddenly started playing this, like forcing myself to play this. Because I definitely noticed over the years that although I do enjoy streaming, I don't know if I want to necessarily be playing every night, and there are some nights where I just don't feel like doing it anymore. You know, I want to do other stuff as well. Having that variety in my life has always been nice. When I play a Hellforge game of Hero, it'll talk between you and the dead. It's like half an hour, no complex self, just know the self will get. I don't know if I do. Anyway, that's the first option of the 4. It will be, the channel is variety, it's a bit of everything. I don't know how many people will be interested in that, but that's the first option. I suspect that might be a popular option, but I don't know. I'd have to gauge everyone's opinions on that. The second option on my list is that the channel kind of goes back to what it was like when it started out, and it becomes a Doom-focused channel again, like it used to be in the early first few years. So basically, I would prioritize playing a lot of Doom stuff. I would occasionally play other FPS games because it's fitting, but generally I would focus it down to just playing a lot of Doom things. You know, Doom mods, really regular playtesting sessions, playing a lot of the FPS games. I suppose Doom and FPS focus, but Doom focus is the pivotal bit because I'll be playing a lot of the custom Doom content, you know, mods, WADs, you know, getting around to all those mods. That'll get more of Misfits' attention, I'm sure. Yes, it would possibly include some Heretic stuff and some Hexen stuff and some Strife stuff and Corruption cards and HDS and about the 2,000 other things that I probably need to play at some point. But generally, you know, kind of how it used to be in the first couple of years. The kind of thing that pulled in a lot of people and the kind of thing that still pulls in a lot of people. The option, the content that delivers the most viewers, if you will. The ones that most people show up to watch. And always have done ever since his channel began. Hey Watch, how's it going? So I would go straight back to that. That means any other game would just not be played, more or less. Maybe I would do it on rare occasion, but the priority of the channel would shift to just Doom content, other FPS games, that's it. Anything else, other RPGs, other genres, stuff like that, I'd do in my own time or not bother with. Very rarely would I deviate. But the main idea would be to, yeah, I'd like to get around to Corruption cards at least. And maybe Doom Infinite as well at some point, I don't know. But that would be the focus, you know. It would become more of a Doom channel again, and I'd really try and get it back to how it used to be, where... You know, I was one of the 3 kings of the Twitch Doom world, with me and Tarnsman and Doom Space Marine and BZ Plasma. I guess he was the 4th. You know. But basically just prioritize being a Doom streamer again, like I used to be. And I still enjoy doing that. You know, playing Doom stuff is cool. Obviously I'd be aware that this is also what burnt me out a few years ago, but... There's other FPS games I'd play. I won't just play all Doom all the time. There'd be other FPS games, quite a lot of them actually, to bounce around between. But yeah, basically the channel would become more Doom focused. I think this would be the other popular option of the 4 I have presented. You know, that would mean, by the way, that, you know, there's like requests of like on other things that like RPG, they just want to get played. Unless it was simple or maybe on rare occasion. But the channel would pivot, as I said, just way more towards Doomy stuff. Doom, 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 Doom. And FPS. That will be the second option. The third option for the channel would be that I would start becoming more poker focused. You know, I would start playing a lot more online pokery stuff. A lot more practice with the micro stakes or other things. Try to really push the poker focus. I know, well, you know, I do still enjoy playing a lot of poker. I am trying to get a bit more better at it. Play casinos use that as a side gig sort of thing. And the channel would start to be more poker focused, you know. I'd still play a few other things around the side, but the main focus, again, like with the Doom thing, would be to do a lot more poker streams. You know, maybe have the odd game in between, but the main priority would be poker practice, learning the game, really committing to it quite a bit, playing the odd game on the side, and everything else would just be on the side. You know, maybe I'd play the odd Doom WOD or smaller game around the poker stuff. A bit of a drastic shift, I think, this option, but it is something I am considering if I'm to go all in on like being way more serious on the poker as a hobby, because I could make some actual decent money off of it if I get good. You know, if I can win casino tournaments from time to time, it could make me a bit of extra cash. It's fun to do, and it would help fund my house if I'm getting good, potentially. You know, I have a steady job, so I'm not exactly becoming a professional gambler. Again, I wouldn't want to do it full time, but it would be nice to earn, like, go into a tournament, play £40, walk home with over £1,000. That would be fucking amazing. And I have talked with poker people who do that occasionally. They go to tournaments in local casinos and they take 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds into 600, 700, 800, 900 pounds. That's the kind of thing I want to do. You know? Considering my highest current poker win has been £150, you know, which is still my highest, you know, it'd be nice to do it, you know. I'd like to go to Vegas at some point, try and win one of those red tooth games. So that will be the third option. Poker, focus, with occasional side game stuff, but mostly to practice the poker. Yeah, fair enough, Shakar. You'd rather mix whatever game you feel like, whatever mod you play, and poker. So you'd go for option one, wouldn't you? Definitely. So that's the third option. The fourth option, which is even more drastic, is the fourth option that I would do for the stream is I just stop streaming altogether. I would just shut the channel down and don't stream ever again, and just walk away and never stream anymore. You know, literally just say, I've done my time, I've enjoyed the ride, I don't want to stream anymore. I'll still be online, I'd still do Discord stuff, but that's it. I'm done. You know, I'd hang around some Discords, but yeah, no more streaming. See you, Space Cowboy. Pow. And that would be option number 4. Oh, thank God, I thought he was going to say Saints Row. Jeez, I don't like Saints Row, do you? Isn't the channel currently a mix of poker, Doom, and variety? Yeah, it's kind of a variety at the moment. Hello there, Beer Pineapple. Hot tub streams. I'm the wrong gender and not sexy enough for that. Yeah, breaks are a different story. I have been thinking about taking a break for like a month of off streaming, honestly. Just like take an entire month off, just to see what it feel like. I might still go ahead with that later in the year. I might just decide, you know what, for this month, I'm just not going to stream. I'm going to take it off and see how it feels not to stream. And then see how I feel when I come back. You know, if I feel any different after a month off, you know, maybe I can see how I feel. You know, would I be craving to stream every night, or do I find that actually I don't need to do this anymore? And maybe, does that mean anything? But honestly, that's the drastic option, in my mind. I don't want to not stream. I enjoy doing this. Maybe I want to stream less, a little less. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But I certainly do enjoy streaming. Hello, Cherry, you've been summoned. Would you like to be in a hot tub, Cherry? Me. You'd want a hot tub as long as it's molten lava in the active volcano. That would suit you, would it? Me. Yes, Cherry, I'm sure my skeletal corpse would love to be in a fucking volcano, wouldn't it? Me screaming in pain and agony while you're bathing around going, meh, 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 meh. Yes, that's fantastic, Cherry. I'd be dead. Then what would you do? Go and haunt someone else's computer? Huh? Go with your friends Hissy and the meatball? Me. Yeah, I know you fucking would, you unloyal, pushy, pet thing. Shakar says Camilla hot tub stream with Cherry. Me. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh god, Cherry, I can't repeat that on Twitch. I'd be banned. Just give me a hug. Give me a hug. Alright. Looking you covered. There we go. Bye, Cherry. Right, so those are the 4 options. Variety, Doom Focus, Poker Focus, no more streams, kill the channel. Right off into the sunset and probably play Final Fantasy XIV for 5 years. That's probably what I'd end up being. I'd probably just dive into an MMO or something again and just play Final Fantasy XIV honestly, because I'd enjoyed that. Or something else, I don't know. Or maybe I just play a shit mode more poker all the time. And I'll be tempted. Anyway, right. So those are the 4 options. And what I'm going to be doing is, LOL, Jen. How's it going? I mean, at the moment with the variety, the stream runs cool. No, what's the motivation of changing course? Well, I just want to know what direction to put the channel into, Maddock, you know. I mean, previously, for years and years on this channel, I've been driven by request list. I've been driven by, play these Doom mods on this request list. Play these other games because they've been gifted to you on a request list. Occasionally delving into other stuff because I get into it, or because something new and hip comes out and I want to play it. But for the most part, you like the current direction, yeah, but I've still had request lists to go off, and now with nothing to sort of guide me, I'm looking for guidance from my audience. Yes, this is Alan Wake. Time for the second game now, I think. This talking point's gone on for a bit, and I need to try and get another match where I blind people. He's only $3.99 in the DVD DLC store if you want to pick him up. I can't be driven by I want to play this, but what I'm trying to decide is what I want to play, and part of what I want to play is driven by what people who watch me want to see. Which is the whole purpose of being a streamer, is you are doing it to an audience, and I know I should do what I want to do, but there's always a part of me that I want to do is driven by what you want to do. But it's just not as formally. So, with that in mind, as I said, over the next after half term, once I've got a survey, quiz thing ready, whatever it is, I'm going to start asking people across admins, regulars, people I know, their thoughts. So expect that over the next few weeks and months. My options may change, but generally those are the directions I'm thinking to go down. Right, so I really need to get this hindered this time. I mean, if it turns out that variety is all, then that's all I'll do. I'll simply just say after all this, the research has been done, okay, I'm just going to play what I want. I'm going to play a bit, maybe I might apply a bit more of a soft schedule to things. But generally, I'm just going to play what I want, and that's it. And then I'm satisfied that that's what a good chunk of my audience want to see. And then that's it. And then I can just go forward from there. But I need to figure out what that is. And then obviously I have to start pointing out what I actually want to do, because I'm overwhelmed with options and choices. And we were pleased to answer. Well, you will be over the next few weeks and months once I get my questions I have in mind I want to ask people. And I will be asking different types, you know. The Doomers, the Dope Bros, those who like the DVD stuff, those who like the poker stuff. I joined for a few weddings, which don't look nice, and then I became a sufficient secret finder, and now she's here. And official cherry encourager. Permanently. Yeah. I'll never get rid of Shakar. I'm stuck with her. It's a curse, I tell you. It's a curse. Ion Fury. Yeah, I know. Ion Fury Aftershock. I have like so many FPS games I need to play. I have so many Doom ones I probably should try and play. I have rabbit holes of my own I want to go down. I want to play Max Payne 1 and 2. I want to play Tomb Raider 1 and 2. I want to play a Forza Horizon game so I can do open world car exploring and shit. I want to play good horror games again. I want to play all these FPS games that are coming out from Hellforge and everywhere.
This is not good.
It's a hillbilly. Let's pretend to be surprised by that. Well, I might get some blinds on Billy. I don't know. I signed over my soul. Oh man, he's probably like, well, it's overcharge active. All right, let's get the chem. This is gonna be hard, actually. I want to play Metal Gem in this. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, for any of those who have joined in, this is a sweet state. What I'm doing is I am playing, I'm playing a game of DVD in between each talking point as an experiment. I did Saints Row 4 last time around. That was... Yeah, I was actually going to come off because I suspected... He's got Grim Embrace and Dead Man. He's a fucking meta slave. Really. This is not the most annoying I have to wait to pick up. Actually, you might have a... I don't know if you guys will. You might will make it. I don't know. Alright, yeah, alright, let me... Well, I want to heal you. That'd be nice. Oh, shit. I know you'll...
Put me down!
Please just kill me. Just kill me, please. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to play against a hillbilly. This is just a. Yeah. I don't really want to. I've never liked playing against Hillbilly before this change. Now people are just gonna pick this change because he's like gotten easier to play as. A little bit. I really can't be bothered. Also, I'm not gonna be able to get any blinds or hindered off of him because he just chainsaws through powers. I won't say it's brain dead, though. I mean, Hillbilly's been kind of in a weird spot for 4 years, and it's nice that they finally gave him a buff. But unfortunately, it does mean a lot of people are just going to play and have a lot easier time to play as him. Sort of. To embrace. Yeah, playing as Hillbilly was a pain. Playing against Hillbilly was worse than in the old days, because every Hillbilly you came across after a certain point usually was a master of playing them because they were rare. Now the problem is that Hillbilly has this cool new power, which is nice, but it also means, well... there's no downside to using your chainsaw. I mean, it's hard, you know, you still have to be able to hit your chainsaw hits and stuff. It's just that it's a lot easier to do things because there's no penalty to spamming the chainsaw, and you can do ridiculous 90-degree curve shots. Unless you get an indoor map, in which case Billy still can't do much. But this is not an indoor map, you'll notice. This is a map that suits him. It's like, I spam chainsaw, then I spam more chainsaw, then I get a chainsaw that can do curves. There's no cooldown on this. Great to play as, never against. So no, I never saw why people found this to be fun either, to be honest. Literally just... But at least back then he had a cooldown to deal with. Now it's just... Zip, zip, zoom, zoom, zoopity-doop-bar. Yeah, something like that. Which... I never saw how any of this was ever fun to play against this killer. And by the way, this killer's running Grim Embrace and DMS because that's the new meta now. And he can't be arsed doing anything fun with it. So this is a waste of a game and very unengaging. Also, this killer is map dependent. Also, this killer is just... I'm gonna go ahead and say that they made Billy a little more brain dead, but it's map dependent. It's literally map dependent. You get a bad map and Billy takes a lot more skill. Or you get a shitty map and you get an open map and Billy might as well just be the new fucking plate. Meta perk, meta perk, meta perk, meta perk. Recovery time reduction, because why would we want to have any cooldown? Yeah. Playing as Billy is fun, though. Don't get me wrong. You get the indoor map, you gotta actually use your brain. That was a complete waste of my time. Thank you, game. So, well, it's a step in the right direction. I mean, Billy needed this buff, so I'm not complaining too much, you know. I mean, eventually, hopefully, people will get tired of playing as him, and I won't have to deal with lobbies full of Billies. No wonder Scott Jones complaining about getting indoor maps. Gee, Scott, I wonder if it's because people don't want to play against Billy every fucking game and kind of want to try out other killers, even though half of them are shit and annoying. Alright, anyway, that's that game. Sorry for wasting 5 minutes of your time, everyone. Let's go on to the next point on my list. The current plans for my next couple of streams, while I still decide what I'm doing for the future of the channel. So, obviously tonight I've been doing the Sweet State. I'm going to be doing the Iron Man runs tomorrow, I've decided. Tomorrow I'm going to do some Iron Man runs since they are out for February, to get them out the way. So, the Iron Man League, Iron Man Club, as it apparently has been described here. Club? Okay, it's the club now. 25 years of Doom 2. Which is, I actually thought at first it was just asking me to play Doom 2, but I think that's what they've been done. But no, this is a thing by Frank Frag apparently, which is a couple of maps that is a tribute to Doom 2. Apparently gets difficult later on. So that's the Iron Man, and then the Iron Eagle is Preacher, which I remember when that was a beta years ago. You know, the guy who made Pirate Doom, Dodge. That was pretty sweet. So, yeah, those are some interesting Iron Mans coming up. So, I'm going to do the Iron Man runs tomorrow. And then on Monday, I'm going to be going back to playing Eve Eternity 2, which I've been enjoying so far. Eve Eternity 2 has been great. I've enjoyed that. yes, Eve Eternity 2. I'm looking forward to the third chapter of that. I'm looking forward to the rest of it because, you know, fucking Charge from chapter 2 was just so good of a map. So I'm going to be playing Eve Eternity 2 for a bit, and then after that, I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards maybe playing Quake 2, because I've wanted to play Quake 2 since the remaster came out late last year. You know, I'm curious to see what the expansions are like for Quake 2. I'm curious just to play the remastered version, so I'm heavily leaning towards that at the moment, but that might change. Beyond that, I don't know. Wrath is supposed to come out at the end of February. I might play that. I'll see how things are after I've beat Eve Eternity 2, to be honest. Also, I played Sigil 2, finally, which was last week, which was good. Sigil 2 was pretty nice. I generally felt that it didn't have quite the same impact as the first Sigil, but it was still a pretty decent map set overall. It felt a little easier in some places than the first Sigil, but it was pretty okay overall. And John Romero did not show up this time, so there was no John Romero this time around, which is fine. So yeah, I mean, the music was pretty okay. The maps were decent. The final fight, I sort of accidentally balked with the wrong compatibility, but I didn't feel it was great, honestly. Even if I'd played it normally, I wasn't too impressed with the finale of Sigil 2, to be honest. But it's hard to do one map well with just vanilla settings. So it's, you know, I've listened to parts of it, yeah. I think Sigil 1's soundtrack was better, honestly, but Sigil 2's was fine. It's Jimmy Paddock. What more could you ask for? And oh yeah, I've also been playing Doom in something completely different. Oh yes, something that I've converted to doing this month, following playing this last Saturday, is I am now playing with DSDA Doom. Yeah, I finally gave DSDA Doom a try. After it's been suggested for so long, and I have finally, in heavy quotes, yeah. I mean, I've been playing GZ Doom for years and years, and I've always considered it my primary source port of choice. You know, it's been fun. I've liked the advanced stuff, and I've played everything with it. Only very rarely deviating for the Iron Eagles with PR Boom, and yeah, the odd engine here or there for very specific wads or whatever. But I was so impressed with the SDA Doom when I gave it a random try after playing the first part of Eve Eternity 2 that I decided to play Eve Eternity 2's second chapter in it, and it was absolutely brilliant. It's everything I could want from you know, it's like, it's got the vanilla lighting, it feels good, it's got state rewind, which is useful for some spots, and it's just generally really smooth. I mean, I'd always ever played like the vanilla ports with PR Boom, and I thought that was like kind of how it's like to play vanilla Doom after the smoothness of GZ Doom, whatever we're speaking. But DSDA Doom sort of like, actually no, this is what it's like to play Doom properly in a proper, decent, vanilla-y source port sort of thing. You know, no problems with lagginess. I mean, there's like elastic collisions, which is a thing, but you know, I'm not playing it in full screen, so I'm not going to be playing for too long. Watch, I'm just basically saying I am a DSDA Doom convert now. I might be playing everything in DSDA Doom except for the stuff that can't be played in DSDA Doom because it's not UDMF compatible. So GZ Doom will still have a purpose, but I might just start playing Doom stuff in DSDA Doom from now on because it's so good. But I can state rewind. The saves are quick and snappy. You know, there's no compatibility problems. It seems that whatever you drag and drop onto it, it just clicks to the correct compatibility right away, right away. You know, there's so much nice quality of life stuff. So I'm just stunned how good this is. And because of that, I've deleted PR Boom, and I'm never touching that shit again. You know, fuck PR Boom. I can't believe I fucking played that. You know, it's so laggy compared to this. This is just brilliant. You know? I mean, Eva 32 was even designed around the SDA Doom, which helps, but, you know. So, yeah. That was pretty cool to discover. I mean, I know you'd all talked about the SDA Doom for ages. They actually put barrels next to it after the weaken, don't they? That's a nice touch. Provide an explosive entrance and weaken its health a little bit, so it's not as strong. So yeah, the SDA Doom is awesome. It's a very somber first map, isn't it? You love the BGM. Yeah, it's nice and somber, isn't it? So yeah, from now on, I'll be playing everything in DSDA Doom except UDMF stuff. In terms of Doom content. I mean, the Iron Man's tomorrow, I'm going to run both of them in DSDA Doom. You know? And it's going to be a lot smoother. And, you know, good job to Crayflab and all the others for putting this together. I'm surprised how well this is, and I'm sorry I've not played on this a lot sooner. You know, I've seen other people play and it looked pretty good. But I thought it would just be like PR Boom, but with State Rewind, but it's way better than that. So, yeah. No more GZ Doom exclusiveness for me. From now on, it's DSDA Doom, I think. But GZ Doom will still be around. I mean, as I said, there will be UDMF stuff and GZ Doom content that I will play with. Because I still like GZ Doom. Don't get me wrong. It's just that DSDA Doom is a lot smoother, I feel. Yeah. It's good stuff. So, oh. That's alright. It's just a GZ Doom folder. Right, so yeah, that's the point on DSDA Doom. Other than that, yeah. Other than that, I'm not really sure what my plans are going to be going forward immediately after Eve Eternity 2. I will see how things develop. But yeah, DSDA Doom is here to stay, I think. So, yeah, all those people who ever shouted out about it, you got your wish in the end. Alright, I'm going to try one more Survivor game, and I'm going to play Killer, because I'm getting tired of this shtick. Playing against fucking... Ugh. I mean, I can sometimes find a little fun on Survivor side, but there's so much bullshit to deal with. It's unpleasant. You know, it really just depends on the killer and the map. But yeah. So I got 3 more points to talk about, so there's going to be maybe 2 more games at least. So how are you all liking this format of the sweet state, by the way? Do you like the fact that I'm sort of playing a game while we're talking about sweet state points, or do you kind of prefer it where I just have the big webcam and it's just my face for the entire time? I just want to experiment with the idea of having something interesting in the background while I play all this stuff.
Better get moving.
You know, I don't want to do this. If I do continue to do this for March, I'll play something else. I won't play another DVD thing. I'll try and play different games, maybe. Ooh, killer's already got an injury. Okay. It is a blight. That's fine. Blights can be stunned on ballots. We have a chance to do things. You feel it drags it out. the state part of the sweet state bear. So you feel this is kind of like just a bit too distracting. I mean, compared to the January one where I was kind of playing and free roaming, I was talking a lot more without these little breaks in between. Well, still, if anyone watches this after the stream, let me know in the comments what you think. You know, I mean, this is only an experiment. If people want me to go back to the old method, I'm more than happy to do so. You know, next month I'll just do it webcam, no game, and we'll just delve into the game when I want to talk about it. Yeah, I understand that. I just thought maybe at the same time I could like provide some interesting stuff. Oh no, he wants to play around the powers. For God's sake. Can you please? Got it! Got one! Champion of white, let's go! Yay! Do a quiet one. You won't expect it. Check spot, check spot, check spot. Ah! Alright. Fair enough then. I guess for the people in the chat, it's like, just talk, damn you. I got one blind, so that's okay. Good. Maybe I'll try a low intensity game next time. Or I could just, or maybe I could put a background video on or something. I do actually have Terraria. I don't know, I'm just not really... Oh, Champion of White's back. That's good. We get one more. Yeah, you can do the gaming after the talking. Okay. This is kind of something that what you didn't really bring up last time in the Saints Row 4 one, but that was the first time I was doing this kind of experimental format. I guess this with BBD is not something I'll be doing again. Might be right. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, other people were like bemused at the time, but you know, that's why I'm trying this out. This is why I want to get your feedback on it. You know, I want to try this stuff out, see how things go. I have enough for a chemical trap. Yeah, he did say that, to be fair, yeah. At least white can't insta-down. Actually, I don't know if he can anymore, even with the... I think his add-on for that got removed. The exposed one. His add-on's got slightly adjusted. I haven't looked into those, but I don't play white enough with add-ons to build a gauge. I just know that you can't do, like... Alchemy Ring got adjusted, and Compound 33 got removed. The new Iridescent is, like, infinite bounces. I really want to... Oh, where is this? Oh, why is he not recovering? Alright, you're taking... Alright, yeah, this is a bit risky because he might just come back, but this guy should have been recovering a lot sooner. Yeah, okay. So... Maybe I'll just sort of drop... Okay, I can see the overwhelming chat is like... Don't do this. Maybe I'll just do this game and then I'll just go for the rest of the sweet state without any further in-between segments. I've not got a lot left to do anyway, to be fair. So, okay, that's fine. I guess if I do this again, maybe I'll do a... What the bloody hell? Fuck you! Fuck's sake. Yeah, Alchemist Ring got nerfed. Like, it increases the rush duration for each rush. It's no longer, like, instantly restore charges, so that got nerfed, finally. Adrenaline Bow seems to be exactly the same, though. I don't think that's been adjusted. Why the fucking... Yeah, I understand that. I think that's why Saints Row 4 kind of worked out, but I was struggling. Fair enough. Alright. Second bloody game. I get a good start and the killer DCs. So my 3 games tonight have been... I get one part of a challenge and the killer DCs. And the second game is It's a Hillbilly, where I have no fucking chance because herb dirt meta build boring shit. Thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. Yep, bastards. Alright, well, let's get on to the next bit of the sweet state, and I'll just do the rest of it from this point on. I won't turn the game off, though, because this will be part of a talk for the next part. Anyway, so the next thing I want to talk about is the poker. I guess I could sort of bring that up. Let me just get the app up that I use for talking about the poker. I was kind of a little busy this last month in regards to poker stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up the lobby and also shows up. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Right, go away. Sort of thing. So yeah, regarding the poker stuff for part of last month and early this, well, actually last month, yeah. I had 2 regional finals. Sorry, 2 playoffs to get into regional finals for Red Tooth. And unfortunately, in both of them, I lost. I came second in the first game, and I came third in the other one. So I wasn't able to quite make it through either playoff match. So I will miss out on the regional final for this the last season. But I'm not too bothered about the second one because I felt that the result gave someone who had not been to a regional before, gave her the chance to go and play in a regional, which I think she'll enjoy the experience. So, you know, it's like someone you don't mind losing to, you know, a nice person that plays that particular game. The Wednesday night one was just like, I just didn't have enough. I had a deficit of chip stacks, chips, and the other player was more experienced and a lot more chips. It was an uphill battle. But, you know, I did well to at least get to the last 3 in both games. So, you know, I did all right, but you have to win those playoff games. I can't just, like, finish third and call it happy. So, yeah, no regional final this time. I'm continuing to work on my poker skills when I can. I did a couple of games to practice, but unfortunately no success. Down to $43 on my account, but still got plenty of time to bounce back. So, yeah, I need to try and start playing a little more regularly when I can here and there. I have pondered whether I should try out some cash games to maybe see if I can play like the cash on here is at minimal 5, 10, which is the lowest, I think. Oh no, the lowest is 1-2 actually, which I believe allows a maximum of $2 to be put in. Yeah, $2 is the max. So I have pondered whether I should like the difference in a cash game is, you know, like I could play for just an hour and see how I do kind of thing. I mean, obviously cash game poker is different from tournament poker, but you know, if I do okay in a cash game here or there, it might well be that you know, I could build up the occasional build up an extra $1 or 2 and use that to play the tournament. It's something I'm considering doing, maybe, but I'm quite happy to just keep playing these micro stakes tournaments for now because I do prefer the tournament stuff. But I have been thinking of branching out to playing more cash games, see how that goes. Yeah, so I'm trying, as I said, I'm trying to sort of get a little better in general at the game. I do want to start playing casinos. I might see if I can do anything about that this half term. I have also invested in, but have not yet, bought a poker book. This is a poker book, workbook about maths and preflop by James Sweeney, who is a decent poker player and coach, has been for years. This was recommended as something to buy, so I went and purchased it. So I haven't actually gone through it yet. You're supposed to do it like regularly, like a workbook. I think I need to start doing that at some point, but I will be getting around to it. It's got like a lot of maths calculations for certain spots, equity, expected value, stuff like that. Stuff I don't really always know about in poker, but if you know the math, it gives you an edge over players, and I feel that when I start playing against better opponents, I will need that edge. You know, I have some pretty decent basics, but I need to learn more about different spots. I just need to get a lot more experience generally. I don't play enough. It's the bottom line. There's lots of spots I don't know what to do in. You know, I've learned some stuff, but there's always something more to learn. So that's what I'm waiting towards. I'm hoping to sort of, I mean, it would be nice if I could do at least one of these poker streams a week. You know, play like 2 or 3 micro stakes games and just keep building up that experience, keep building up the practice, keep going. Maybe turn it to $100, as I said, and then use that to enter a small tournament, maybe, you know, an online stuff. I'm also thinking of going to a different website. GG Poker is apparently a good place to go, and they have inbuilt stat trackers. That's what's got my attention about GG Poker, but I'm not willing to commit to that unless I do start to play a lot more. Because I'm kind of okay with PokerStars at the moment, but I am thinking of branching into a different site. Maybe. I'll see. But that's about it. Yeah, I'm just trying to learn poker stuff. Expect maybe the occasional odd stream here or there. If I want to practice, especially if I'm near like regionals or whatever. So yeah, that's about it for the poker element. Right, so the next part, you might not be surprised, is about Dead by Daylight stuff. What a shock, right? It's Dead by Daylight time! The game I've been in for the entire stream, and I'm now talking about it more directly. So obviously there was the Alan Wake DLC, which is just Alan Wake and his 3 perks. I've already got his Adept on the first try, which is nice. Generally, the Survivor DLCs and characters are just basically cosmetics and some extra perks. The perks of Alan Wake don't seem all that great, honestly. Maybe the best one is this Champion of Light, where you gain 50% haste while shining it, although you move slower anyway because you're not running. When you blind the killer, they gain 20% slower for 6 seconds, which is not terrible. And then it goes on cooldown. So it's basically like you blind them and then they get a bit slower and you can get away. So that's pretty cool in some spots if you like to use flashlights anyway. Completely useless with the killer brings light one, of course. The second perk is another boon one, which anyone inside a boon totem range can see every generator and every chest on the map, but only within the boon range. And also, if you have a lit boon totem, you cleanse a blessed totem 10% faster. So it's a sort of decent info perk, but it's just another boon totem that's not great. I'm surprised how much it shows when you have put it down, but it's not really anything that's gonna. It might be useful in some. Again, map dependent, like Midwich, Wearies. No, sorry. I'd say Midwich in the game would be fantastic for this because it could get. Does not really connect to the Alan Wake game in terms of flashlight. Yeah, well, it's just a loose thing. I mean, you can also. There are some skins in the shop based on the games. Like you can get the classic one. The Rift has the more shaved one. You can also play as Saga for Alan Wake 2. The FBI agent, whenever she does, and they'll play 2, so whatever. I think I've actually unlocked the darker side. Ooh, there's one more actually. I'm gonna quit this from now on him. Yeah. I don't know anything about her. As I said, I've not played Alan Wake 2, and I don't intend to, so I'm not really bothered. So this boon perk is just, it's an okay information perk, but it's a boon perk. Boon perks don't tend to do a lot unless it's serial step. And the final one is Deadline, which is when you're injured, you get 10% more frequent skill checks, which happen randomly. It's basically like getting skill checks similar to when a doctor hits you with Merciless. It's a bit like different things, but you also the penalty for missing is reduced by 50% as well. So you basically get more skill checks, which can be useful if you're really good at hitting them. But it's not really that strong. I don't think any of his perks particularly stand out, to be honest. They're interesting, but they're not like going to shake up a lot, I think. So yeah, it's just in terms of that. I mean, the voice acting for Alan Wake is more like he's actually genuinely terrified. You hear him say stuff like, "Get me out of here! Oh God, no!" Which is kind of a nice change compared to, say, this fucker. You know, it's a bit different from, say, this. It's a bit more serious and...
Where did all these people come from?
Actually sounds okay, so... Yeah, it's interesting that Nicolas Cage is in the game, but some of his lines are fucking cringy as shit. And yeah, so what's more interesting about this expansion is the killer changes. Like, Hillbilly, obviously, is the main beneficiary. His power is now slightly more brain dead, but you still got to play him pretty well. Especially on indoor maps where he doesn't have the benefit of long areas. He has been improved. Brain dead a bit easier to play, but a lot more fun. So, you know, I'm fine with that. I mean, he's basically been kind of shit for ages, except if you really master him, now he's a bit more accessible. Map dependent as all hell, but I think this is a nice change overall. Just not fun to play against, but then I'm playing as half the killers. The Sadako change is interesting. I still don't know whether survivors who accumulate grab tapes get passive condemned stacks, or whether it's not. Actually, I'm going to put it on a normal one. But I think it's... I'm kind of glad that at least they reverted back the complete and utter brain-dead gameplay of the previous version of Sadako, where it was just teleport spam, condemn, kill everyone, do fuck all else. At least now it's... You've got to do a little bit of groundwork, and it's a bit harder to get people condemned, and that's kind of nice, I think. You know, like... It goes back to the old method where people have to be near the TVs, but the difference now is that if you're near any active TV, you get a condemned stack, which is cool. Also, you now lock in 2 stacks of condemned on per hook, so survivors could be stuck on +2 permanently, +4 for second hook and so forth. And they have to go to the furthest TV now instead of being able to go any. It generally feels like they've gone back to the old Sadako style of play, but with some improvements. Like, you can chase into Manifested now, which I think is done to prevent her from just camping condemned tapes. Survivors now put in tapes a lot quicker, which is great for countering save the best for last or campers. It feels like a nice revert in a sense with some adjustments. Again, I haven't played enough against the new Sadako to judge. It would be nice if she was accessible. Jump scare time, thanks Sadako. I don't know if that scares me anymore. They're gonna buff her a little. I don't think she needs to be buffed. I think she needs to be left alone. They might want to consider. Oh fuck, she's coming out of my screen. Yeah, you get a little warning. If you see her flick up and the eye reveal, yeah, that's your warning, jump scare's coming. You could also just turn her slightly to the left or right and she just sort of pops out. Which is kind of funny really, because in the very first version of this screen, if you jerked her to the left or the right, every time the jump scare appeared, it would snap back to this point and it would happen anyway. But now it just sort of pops out in front. I still like this jump scare, it's cool. So generally, you know, Sadako is now back to how she used to play. She's not the strongest killer, but at least now it's a little more engaging, I think. I think this is also a nice slight change back to old Sadako. With some nice things like the manifestation doesn't get power stunned, a bit more counter ability for survivors compared to the spam version. yeah. The Blight add-ons, I don't really play a lot with Blight add-ons, so I can't really comment on those. The new Rift, it's nice to see that Deathswinger now has a tome, finally. Oh yeah, the new tome's out. Revision, which is all about doing hillbilly stuff, Deathswinger. And they've got Alan Wake. And Deathswinger finally has a fucking war entry. And considering his character, I'm really glad, because his war is potentially quite interesting. I'd be curious to see what they actually decide to show. And they both have video clips, which is nice. I'm still pissed that Michaela didn't get one. And the new Rift has, like, stuff for Felix, Hillbilly, Plague. Michaela gets something. Huntress gets an outfit as well. It's the new Huntress one, for Shakar's benefit. You got a nice little feathered cowl headset. This is the new Huntress one. In the bushes. Looks nice. We've got a Deathswinger one, which looks alright. Oh yeah, you also start to get like banners as well. This is the first time that there are banners you can use to unlock for different things. So you go like this one and this one. This is how you're going to get the process of unlocking these, which is still shit. I still wish they were custom. But there's a few more options for those who want to bother with that crap. The Blight gets a new skin as well. Which is... This makes me think of a reskin of the purple one, actually. But it's a thing, I guess. Yunjun gets a thing. Nia gets a outfit. I'm so angry. Jane gets one as well. The clown gets a different outfit. Look at this goofy clown. Nice. Ace gets a new one. Michaela gets one. Michaela gets a nice outfit. She gets a... It's called Heritage America Presents. A horror movie one. Look at that cute hair. It's very bouncy. And just the outfits. It was like Michaela in Wonderland almost. Slightly adorable. Oh yeah, the new Huntress outfit for the Rift. There you go. Got the... Yeah, I've got a lot to unlock with these, of course, but we're getting there. Ooh, big mean lady, yeah. And then there's one for Ace, there's one for Hillbilly as well. Hillbilly has a new outfit. It's actually what's interesting as well. He's like a superhero. Yeah, so yeah, there's new, that's that. The challenges, there doesn't seem to be anything too new in the challenges other than the fact that survivors can get the memory shard challenge like the killers used to have only. Yeah, just usual stuff, unlocking it. The only difference this time is a new tome is out and I'm playing it as it's being released. So, you know, this is different. I'm not like playing catch up because I've done everything else. So, you know, I'm literally going to be waiting on each new tome, which is going to be kind of cool. So yeah, I guess this is okay. It seems like they're trying to make some changes to killers and tweak things, which is at least a nice step, I suppose. They're going to be doing a lot of killer changes this year. They're reworking a lot of killers. I have no real confidence because they fucked up too many. I mean, the Trickster rework was brain dead. Skull Merchant is still the worst thing to play against in this entire game. I wish he was kill switched. I still wish, you know, the Knight was kill switched for several weeks over Christmas. I kind of wish someone would find a bug with the Skull Merchant deliberately and then have her kill switched. And it lasted like 2 years until they remove her from the game because she's garbage. She's just unfun. Not as unpleasant as she used to be, but I'm sorry, she is still the worst thing in this game to deal with. Unfun shit. And they're going to rework a lot of killers this year, so, you know, not really that confident on it. So what's coming up in February is they're doing a modifier called Lights Out. I'm actually going to look if they have any information on that, because they were supposed to have little information on that during the live stream. I wonder if they actually came out with anything other than the trailer. I'm just curious to see if there's any extra information. Nope. Nope, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'll just show the trailer for it anyway. But this is a time limited modifier that they're going to be coming out with. At some point, I think it's going to start next week actually. It's a time limited modifier. That's the thing. It's like apparently it's just running for 1 week. Remember that survey that they did just before Christmas where they asked people for different game modes? Well, this is what apparently they decided to do. Yeah, okay. Why? Sorry. And also, apparently, you cannot do this in custom games. So you have to play this limited time option only. That's just... information. I didn't learn it. So yeah, what does that remind you of? And yeah, what does that remind you of? Oh, hi, Dredge. That's right. It reminds me of the fucking Dredge's power. They went for the laziest fucking option for a new game mode. You know, people wanted 5 versus 5, 2 versus 8, zombie tag. Nah, let's just introduce Dredge's Nightfall as a game mode for a week and see if people like it or not. As curious as that's gonna be though, like ultra fog, ultra dark, will the killers get to see people through the dark like the Dredge can? Or will they be as blind? How will certain powers work in the darkness, particularly with stealth killers regard, you know, like Myers and Ghostface? It's going to be interesting to see all the maps in super dark mode, but they already do. They used to have a lot darker atmosphere in the game. It feels like they went for the easiest option. That's just why they've gone for this. I guess they want to see how it goes. But again, this is the kind of thing we want to see though. New game modes, new experiences, something different. So hopefully this is the beginning of them doing that. But it's just a shame that it's only for a week, it's only limited, and you can't custom game it. So it feels like a tester thing. Like, if this goes well, maybe they'll do others. Maybe they'll make it a weekly thing like in other games like Killing Floor 2 with the different weeklies where they change a mode. I don't know. Maybe they want to do something like that. A rotation of different game modes that last a week and you switch to the next one. You know, it still feels like they're going for the short, lazy option, but maybe it'll work out in the long run. I don't know. But that's a thing that's coming next week, I think. Or at some point in February. There's also the Lunar New Year event, the Chinese New Year event, whenever that is. There's nothing been announced on that yet, but that usually involves the red lanterns and stuff. Maybe a few skins can walk or whatever. Well, they want to try and do stuff, or be seen to be doing stuff. So yeah, I have quite a bit of reason to be playing the game for the moment. I have also 2 new achievements. Well, there was 3, but I got like the Adept done on the Alan Wake stream, so that got done. There's 2 other achievements as well. I have to, perform 20 great skill checks while injured. Done pretty well with that. And blind the killer with a flashlight 30 times, which is something I don't normally do. So I've had to actually start playing every game with a flashlight to gain chances. So I'm at 99 achievements again. I'll get it back. It's fine. Not a big deal. Well, yeah, they are. That's very true. They are meant to get people on board quickly, so, you know. So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, I have some reason to play this game. But, you know, if they don't offer too much, then once all this is done, I might just be taking another break again. I still enjoy playing this in short bursts. But as I've said, you know, if they don't start offering proper new game editions, I may well be playing this a lot less this year. I mean, I took my break from the game last month and was off for like 9 or 10 days, and I did not miss the game at all. I really didn't. You know, I mean, I was busy with other things, but I could always find something else to fill the void. You know, poker, stuff like that. So I'm still happy to call this my main game that I play when I'm not streaming, but as I said, it may lessen. X75 years, hey Depot, how's it going? Time to grind the dark fence. I see Leverkusen won another game. They're still top of your Bundesliga. Grimdark to be exact. So yeah, as I said, I will be curious to see if I'm still playing this game so passionately by the time we get to December, whether or not this is the end. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot less reasons to play it once I've no tome. I mean, I can certainly say once the tome's done, once the rift's done, once the achievements are done, I'm back in the same spot where I don't have to play this game every day unless something comes up. So, you know. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, right now there's something to work towards, but once all that's done, I'm back to where I'm at. Like, why am I still playing this? Oh, I'll wait for the next content update. See ya. Yeah, I don't think I'll stop playing altogether because the core game is fun in bursts. I just think I'll play a lot less of it. Like, I'll take these breaks, so like, if there's nothing to unlock, or grind, or play towards, I'll be like, okay, I'll come back when you offer something new. You're very confident you're going to overtake them, eh, Depot? I don't know. I think the curse of Harry Kane has come upon you. He wants to go there and win trophies and you ain't won shit. I think you're doomed to get nothing, but we'll see. Alright, so that's my thoughts on the DVD stuff. I guess it's time for me to actually cop off this game now. Or do I stay in this mode and do the audience questions here too? Might as well. Would be a bit weird to be inconsistent at this point. No. Okay, we want full... Oh wait, fine. Want fool me? You can't handle fool me! Also, I want to point out... Oh, where the hell is it? Oh, it's come off the bloody store. Alright, also, I want to point out this is the latest Mikaela outfit. It is really cute, but I'm not fucking paying all excels for it. I will get this as soon as this is gone, and then give it to Shards. Because it's kind of like a rare thing where they have a long-haired cosmetic and there's no hat involved. Right, the only other one I sort of have and own with that is this, but there's a hood, which looks cool. But I kind of want to see all of it. So, this looks really nice. And also it's got the nice little star thing. It looks cool, but... You know, a lot of the other ones without the hat are short. I like this one. But I'm not paying fucking all excels. Anyway, minor point. Kane scores 24 goals to 20 games, so I like his curse. The curse is not that Kane can't score goals for you, D-Bob. You have crescent moons. I'm off the game. I'm finally off the game. And therefore, Shakar will get her wish. There we go. Perfect. Now, if you squint very slowly, if you squint, you will see me. Hello! Hello! fuck. Whoa! Alright. There we go. Oops, I need to get it over text. You fucking nerd. I need the postage stamps anyways. There we go. Full screen. Woo! We're going back. So, it's time for... no, not that. This. Audience question time. Excuse me. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything I've talked about during this Sweets Day or about the channel in general, now is your chance to ask them. So again, sort of going a brief overview of the channel, a brief overview of what I've talked about tonight. My personal life is going okay. I've got my TA2 thing starting in 2 weeks. My request list are all completed, and I'm planning the channel future from this point on. There's the 4 options, as I've stated. Variety stream, Doom Focus, Poker Focus, no streams at all. DSDA Doom is my new main source port. I'm going to be playing Eve Eternity 2, doing Iron Man runs, and maybe Quake 2 coming up. Poker, there's going to be more of that, hopefully. And DVD, Alan Wake is okay, whatever. Still playing it. Alright. You work for Twitch, Phil. That's a quip now. Oh god, we got a quip. Got a quip. Whoa. Whoa. What? Whoa. 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 Oh my god, that's so goofy. Oh my god, no way, it's like this. Zog zog. What are you doing? Oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh god. I am a troll and I will under my bridge. What can I say? Oh, wow. I should be like that when I could be like when I'm a killer and I stole someone. Hello, stab. Oh man. Sounds like a new Shrek movie is coming. New Shrek. Oh god. Alright, so are there any questions about anything that you want to come up with? Go ahead. Make me a new killer. Would actually make you play TBD. You know, like a nerdy Doom fan. You know, like, fuck you, Revenant. You asked the question. Dark Tide, question mark. I might consider playing that at some point this year. That is my answer. I will see. I'm saying no more than that. We'll see. Question. Hello! Alright, but anything else? What the fuck is nothing? So after this last one request, no more. Yeah, the requests are done. There's no more left. I did mention this earlier in the stream. There's no more request lists. That's it. They're all completed now. There's no more left. There's not going to be any more in the future either. And so the thing is, Ailjan, is that that's what I'm going to be deciding in the next few weeks / months. Currently, the schedule for the next couple of streams is tomorrow I'm going to be doing Iron Man runs for the Iron Man and the Iron Eagle. Then I'm going back to Eve Eternity 2 on Monday and playing that. God damn it. Thanks, Shakar. Excuse me. Then after that, I'm not sure. I might play Quake 2, depending on if I finish Eve Eternity 2. I mean, Wrath's supposed to come out later this February. I don't know. I don't really have a schedule after Eve Eternity 2, to be honest, Eoljand. Eoljand? Eoljand? Sorry. So that is I mean, I've wanted to play Quake 2 Remastered since it was done last year, so that's something. It might change, but that's what that is what I will be currently, at the time of this stream state, leaning towards after Eve Eternity 2. Just want to say I love this channel. I understand that you want to have some direction, but don't forget we're here for you. You're great when you play what you find awesome. Yeah, that's fair. That's what I want to do. When I play things I find awesome, I just need to figure out what that is. A little bit. So you'll keep on your bridge in the swamp. Yeah. When do we get some more? I don't know what the acronym for that is. UWU. Ultima World Unlimited? Underwater. But that's what I'm going to be asking over the next few weeks. Starting of next week, after when I'm in half term, I'm going to be preparing like a sort of a survey of questions, and I'm going to be asking a lot of different people in my community. You know, the mods, regulars from Doom, regulars from Dopewith, regulars from neither of those. I think you will be considering that as well, Eljan, because you kind of sort of mostly on board my stream for the Dead by Daylight stuff, and I do kind of want opinions from that. There's all kinds of different people that, like the regulars, to sort of help me direct what I'm going to do, because I've always ever been like the quest list has something to do, and now I'm completely free to do what I want. I need to figure out what I want to do, and as I said before, part of that is, you know, yes, I should do what I want to do, but part of what I want to do is to do something that people will want to watch, because that is the purpose of streaming. I am streaming to an audience of at least one person. Therefore, I should be streaming something that they will enjoy, or a decent amount of people will enjoy. Otherwise, I could literally just say, right, I'm playing what I want, watch what you want, whatever, I don't care. But I don't want to do that. I want to kind of get a direction to go into and then sort of go from there. Which could well just end up being I just play what I want and become a variety channel, or maybe I don't know. I have to give it a lot of thought. It's the old traditional Irish whiskey song. It might be short for Shakar, you know. It's the last thing you say before Shakar smites you, perhaps. And you walk up with a demon ash and you go like, "Oh, woo!" And then you burn in fire. Or is that what happens if you spend time with Calfira? You know, you look up and there's this big pink dragon, and then you get burned to death. You threw the wrong kind of beef, and then fire and stuff. I think that's the main reason we love your stream, because you're a lot interactive with us. Oh, thank you, Eljan. I've always that's actually something that people have said in the past too, even in the Dopewith days. Right, they love the fact that I'm very interactive with the chat, because that's cool. That's kind of why I'm here to stream. I feel that the streamer should be, as much as is possible, interacting with the chat quite a bit. You know, I feed off the chats talking about things, and hopefully vice versa a little bit. You know, that's kind of the reason why I do this. I'm just here to play a game in silence most of the time and have nothing to say or talk about. Not that you can't do that, of course, you know. I mean, I watch mute streams, nothing wrong with that at all. It just doesn't work for me, and only me, personally. You'll post the link anyways. What's this?
Let your question.
Hold on. Is this going to be a DMCA thing? Tom went ahead. Oh God. You know what? Okay, we'll listen to this. Hopefully, I won't regret this. Have a look at this that you've linked.
The newspaper, they cutting their capers about curing the vapors that scratch the gout. With their powders and potions, their sands and lotions, their fun and their notions, they're mighty put out. Would you know the truth is it's a bother pathetic and pitch to the dibble, cram, colic and spleen. You'll find it, I think, if you take a big drink with your mouth to the brink of a glass of poutine. Then stick to the crater, the best thing in nature for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh, what botheration, no dose in the nation can give consolation like whiskey, me boy. Come, guess me this riddle. What be pipe and fiddles? What stronger than mustard or milder than cream?
Mayo.
What best with your whistle? What's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey, and stronger than steam? What will make the dumb talk? What will make the lame walk? What's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone?
First book in Harry Potter series.
And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel? Sure wasn't it whiskey from old in the shore?
Why don't you drink it yourself?
Then stick to the crater, the best thing in nature for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh, Lord, I'd not wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boy.
Lovely.
Okie dokie. Fascinating. Despite being a lifelong teetotaler, John Lennon said the song took his fancy the first time he came across it. In spite of the song's popularity, Tom seems to be its sole source of it in Ireland. Yeah, Irish music is sometimes alright, honestly. Paddy's Panacea. Wow. Thank God it was Pink Floyd's album, not that guy in the top 100 charts percent. I could have sworn I quit. Yeah, I think you did, yeah. Oh wow, it's a lot of like words again. Can we like get rid of this fucking bar at the bottom? Okay. Alright, yeah. Very nice. I think the Friends of Whiskey will understand this song. I haven't drunk whiskey in a couple of years actually. I used to drink like the odd sniffer like Scottish whiskey here and there. I used to like Talisker because that was quite spicy. But I haven't drunk whiskey in a little bit. maybe I'll have a shot of whiskey tonight when I go out late. And I'll be like, why are you like whiskey? Well, there was this guy on the stream that told me to like give me a whiskey song, and now I feel like I draft a whiskey. I'll see. Can I handle a whiskey without going these days? I don't know. Who knows? Alright, well, it was cool. Thanks to showing that off. Pop back the main screen there. I think Plenty of Whiskey is the only one to write Metallica cover album in the 90s. I can't wait to move to the Netherlands and get a P-Star Martini. I recommend Laphroaig Quarter Cask if you like it a bit smoky. Alright, cool. Laphroaig Quarter Cask. Alright, you can tell I'm not that Irish. My ex-father's half Irish and my granddad is full Irish. And they're both bastards. So I'm technically quarter Irish and I'm none of the bastardry. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, okay. Scottish, Irish, sometimes with all the Celtic stuff they can kind of similar-ish, but anyway. If I move to the Netherlands, the last thing I would need is alcohol. Yeah, so are there any other questions from the chat this evening? Or 8 of you who are currently here? Nah. This is where David Derring was here. Like, you can go on your way now. You can go do things. But Dave isn't here, is he? I gotta go play Capture the Flag with the gang. That's actually happening? Oh, wow. That's happening in your country. You're getting it's becoming legal there. I feel it's only a matter of time until it starts becoming legal in a lot of places, to be honest. It feels like it's just going to gradually happen. I don't know if I'd partake if it was, really. Might be an interesting curiosity, though. The sweet steak was quite cool again. The sweet steak was dope, as usual. Was it dope fish? Ho ho! Hey, I'm also part. I'm still part of the Dope Whips community. You know, that's the first time I even heard of it was from them. When I learned what Dope Whips was meant. You have to join a club and get a monthly limit. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, stop it! Stop it! We're not doing that. No, not happening. Right. So, I guess that's going to be the end of Sweet State for tonight then. Thank you all for watching. As I said, tomorrow night I'll be doing the Iron Man League, or Iron Man Club as it's now called, and the Iron Eagle runs. Thank you for the 250 bits, World Misfit. Much appreciated. And Eve Eternity 2 will be next week, and for the next couple of weeks and months, if you're a regular in the channel, keep an eye out for me asking you some questions about the future of the channel. Yeah. And we'll see if anything else interesting happens in February. Raid Kevin's Evans. What's he playing? He or she playing? Shakar hugs. She doesn't ask you if you want it. She just hugs, and you want it. Oh, right. Oh my goodness. Everyone's so many giving raid suggestions. Raid suggestions. Raid suggestions for everyone. Raid Shadow Legends. I can't do that joke anymore. I've lost all respect being an historian. Alright, well, what was the one you said, Shakar? Kevin Sevens. Yeah, oh yeah, I know who that is. Oh, sorry, it's Kevin's Evens, isn't it? Have I got this right? I hope you spelled the name correct with that. But, yeah. Alright, we'll raid them then. Looks like they're playing Capture the... Oh yeah, of course, no, that fucking is. Looks like they're playing Capture the Flag. The Capelli thing. So it's a bit of Doom. That should be fun to watch. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for some Doom of the Iron Man variety. Have a good night, everybody, and I'm off to drink some whiskey. Maybe.